শেষ ম্যাচে নর্থ ইস্টের মুখোমুখি মোহামেডান। লিগের প্রস্তুতি আইএফএ তে জর্জের হেড কোচ ব্যারেটো। নমস্কার, আমি সায়নী। এই দাবদাহে আপনারা সবাই সুস্থ আছেন তো? সুস্থ থাকুন এবং সতর্ক থাকুন। ফুটবল এগিয়ে চলেছে নিজের গতিতে। সেই ফুটবলের সমস্ত খবর নিয়ে আমি উপস্থিত আজকের পর্বে। দল অবনমনের আওতায় শেষ ম্যাচ জিতলেও লিগ টেবিলে বিশেষ হেরফের হবে না। তবু নর্থ ইস্টের বিরুদ্ধে গুয়াহাটিতে শেষ ম্যাচ জিততে মরিয়া সাদা কালো ব্রিগেড। তারা কি শেষ ম্যাচে কি ফল করলো সেটা দেখে নেওয়ার জন্য আসুন। শেষ ম্যাচেও হেরে মাঠ ছাড়লো মোহামেডান স্পোর্টিং ক্লাব। আজ আইএসএল এর নিজেদের শেষ ম্যাচে তারা গুয়াহাটিতে 0-2 গোলে হারলো নর্থ ইস্ট ইউনাইটেডের কাছে। খেলার প্রথমার্ধেই 2 গোলে এগিয়ে যায় উত্তর পূর্বের দলটি। শেষ পর্যন্ত এই ফলাফলই বজায় থাকে। এই ম্যাচ শেষে মোহামেডান স্পোর্টিং ক্লাব 13টি ম্যাচ খেলে 3 পয়েন্ট পেয়ে লিগ তালিকায় সর্বশেষে থেকে শেষ করলো।
Before they possibly bid adieu for the time being. Welcome to match number 9. Has been solid in the middle of the park with McCartan and Diantoy, while Jitin and Rocharzela gets his first start after long, and he faces his former side as well. Will be very eager, and expectations day in day out throughout the year keep supporting their home sides and their favourites. For now, it's Northeast and Mohammedan in the battle tonight. Mohammedan feel free to express themselves without much pressure at Guwahati in this last match week of the Indian Super. Tantanba very high up the pitch. There's only one option in the box. And this time, not much of a meal made by Nikhil Dekka. Settled into the right area, not the right touch from Dinesh Matey. In swinging towards Iro. For once Jitin gets it right, and a flick to the right from Iro means Northeast have the lead. Clinical, and sometimes you can do with players like him on the pitch leading the line.
Got ahead of his man towards that near post. Dangerous delivery, gets whipped in by Jitin. Nikhil Dekka gets all of his positioning absolutely wrong. Caught in no man's land. Great power behind that header as well, and get nothing on it. Between the two sides, if it was anyone to score first, a lot of the people had their money on Northeast. And the first.
It is Addison turning into one. Rocharzela has made the run. Addison keeping it to himself. Still Addison. Went for the special finish.
About his attacking capabilities, his threat, his pace, everything on show there. Confidence as well, with a step over to go one way, then the other. Just creating that inch for himself. They need whenever it's been available for Mohammedan.
Wonderful build-up from Northeast, especially with Hyro.
A little more confident there. He's got the pace to get past his marker. Dinesh on that option. Just while you're here, you got to test Nikhil Dekka. Just take.
It was of him putting in the slides and challenges. Oh, what a ball towards Toy. Excellent touch as well. Initially thought so, but then it slipped away.
That's a step too high, and Mohammedan Sporting is a prime example of exactly that. You know, so it's from the second tier of Indian football towards ISL is high, and that's why some other teams find it difficult, and he almost getting that
from Toy. Tondonba with an inch perfect delivery. Nikhil Dekka had it covered, but
moment.
Tondonba, a lure to shoot. Makanchote. Addison. A few runners interested. Saka being pulled and held back.
Here's that attack. Addison playing that ball through. I think it was Tondamba on that occasion who had a bit of. There it is.
They deserve at least a goal in their final game. And that's frustration from Rocharzela because this time the decision is against him. And a yellow card has come out.
Over eager to win that ball. Just wanted to get something.
And he loops it over. A touch off the keeper maybe, but it was off the crossbar as well.
Up and over the wall, curling it, trying to get it beyond Nikhil Deka in goal. But luckily again for Mohammedan Sporting, this time not the upright but the crossbar coming to their help with a fingertip save coming from Nikhil Deka.
Jitin lays it off for Toy, a deflection on the way. Not sure if it was intentional, but Dinesh will celebrate, so will Pedro Benali. And an iconic celebration replicated. And Northeast have doubled the lead.
Great set piece routine. All the players involved, and he's just setting that ball up for a shot onto it. Dinesh claiming the last touch coming off him. And what a way to get a goal as well. Clever to just get something on that ball.
Keep getting worse for them. At half-time, it's Northeast United 2, Mohammedan Sporting 0. Special touches coming out on the pitch and some special youngsters from the bench to get some time. But right now, it's Northeast United who lead by 2 goals. Oh, Jitin, just how clever to move into space. Nice release from Andy. Toy can finish it.
Jitin doing ever so well to just toe poke that ball towards Andy, who did set up Toy, but just could not keep it on target. Had the goal in front of him. Pedro Benali absolutely not happy with that.
And they have got the corner. Great touch from Hyro. Robin Yadav wins it back. Twice a shot. Same place.
Like taking that corner nice and early across the floor. Great work from Andy to just get past his man. Pardon me, Jairo to get across his man. Toy not being able to take the shot. Robin Yadav composed into their defense line.
First time ball in towards Dinesh. That would have been some story with Dinesh on both.
Attack. And just as he was about to get that header on target, just trailing backward a little bit, not being able to get that.
A couple of changes for Northeast. Ashraf is off, Toy is off. Somewhat like for like as Maya comes in on for Northeast. Mohammedan with a switch as well. Laltan Kima is on. That's why maybe the coach did not want to risk it further. But he was getting into goal scoring areas. Andy balloons it totally.
Into dangerous positions again. Across gets whipped in. Jairo winning that first header, setting it up for Andy. Got his body shape all wrong.
Clever from Andy. Still off Andy. On the second jump.
Another training ground set piece routine. Jitin bringing himself onside, trying to play that cut back for part.
And the goal scorer coming on, Maxian. He's not scored in the Indian Super League, but the goal scorer in terms of Jitin's delivery, this time to the far post. Accurate again.
As he possibly can, with the pressure being applied from Mohammedan defenders. There was Sajjad alongside him. Parthiv was in that scuffle as well, but just could not keep it on top.
Excellent between Hyro and Jitin. Could have been the perfect finish from Parthiv to that move. Another goal out here, Mohammedan. Wonderful ball forward from Mahitosh. Right idea. Couldn't execute it right. Sometimes drops in as a right full back. Would have wanted to see more attacking changes. There's nothing to lose. You
Might not be enough.
Good delivery. Jitin, this time with the left. Tough one to keep as well. At the same time, Naltan Kima's shot just wide, but Punjab and Mohammedan, how big a fixture that is. Andy towards Hyro. Does he have a double in him? Certainly did, but couldn't generate the power under pressure.
Finding his teammate in the box, Jairo on that occasion, just trying to curl that towards that near post. But just an easy height with no power behind that shot from his weaker foot, making
One last attack is there time for. Not really. And that is it. As Pedro Benali and Northeast United sign off on a positive note. Mohammedan bid adieu, Merajuddin Wado's efforts will be remembered, but they will hope they can bounce back sooner.
কলকাতা ফুটবল লিগের পঞ্চম ডিভিশন বি গ্রুপের খেলা ইতিমধ্যেই শুরু হয়ে গেছে। অন্যান্য ডিভিশনের খেলার প্রস্তুতি চলছে। আজ আইএফএ তে দ্বিতীয় থেকে চতুর্থ ডিভিশনের লিগ কমিটির বৈঠক অনুষ্ঠিত হয়। এই বৈঠকে ওই ডিভিশনগুলির খেলা সংক্রান্ত আলোচনা হয়। ময়দানে সবুজতা, জোসে রামিরেজ ব্যারেটো আবার ময়দানে। এর আগে বিএসএল এ তিনি কোচিং করিয়েছেন। এবার তাকে হেড কোচ হিসেবে দেখা যাবে প্রিমিয়ার ডিভিশনের ক্লাব জর্জ টেলিগ্রাফ স্পোর্টস ক্লাবের ডাক আউটে। আজ জর্জ টেলিগ্রাফ টেন্টে এক অনুষ্ঠানে কোচ হিসেবে স্বাক্ষর করেন তিনি।
সরে যাবো
এই উদ্যোগটার পেছনে সুমনের কন্ট্রিবিউশন অস্বীকার করা যাবে না। এই সব কিছু কিন্তু ওরই ব্রেন চাই এবং ওর জন্যই ধাপে ধাপে সব সম্ভব হচ্ছে। আমার খুব আনন্দ লাগছে যে জর্জের একজন প্লেয়ার আজকে জর্জের সাথে এরকম ভাবে ওতপ্রোত ভাবে জড়িয়েছে এবং ক্লাবটাকে এগিয়ে নিয়ে যাওয়ায় ও সাহায্য করছে।
একটা সাইডে করে দাও এটা এই সামনে তোমরা দাঁড়াবে না জাফরদা বসুন জাফরদা বসুন আপনি একটু বসবেন আপনি একটু বসবেন আপনি ফ্রেমে চলে আসুন ম্যাডাম আপনি বসতে পারেন
না 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 এটা
তাই বলেই লক করছি সামনে
যে আমরা তমলুক খেলাঘরের সাথে হাত মিলিয়েছিলাম যাতে জেলার প্লেয়ারদের তুলে আনতে পারি। সুমন দত্ত জর্জেরই এক্স প্লেয়ার, ওই এই পরিচিতিটা করা এবং ও তমলুক খেলাঘরে দীর্ঘদিন ধরে কাজ করছে নতুন বাচ্চাদের তুলে আনার জন্য, জেলার ছেলে মেয়েদের তুলে আনার জন্য। ও যখন আমায় এসে বলে হ্যাঁ সুমন নিশ্চয়ই, কারণ বাংলার ফুটবলের সাপ্লাই লাইন জেলা এবং মিদনাপুর এটা পূর্ব মিদনাপুরে পড়ে। আমরা যদি দেখি পূর্ব মিদনাপুর স্পেশালি খেলাধুলোর দিক দিয়ে অনেকটা পিছিয়ে আছে এখন অব্দি, ফুটবলে তো বটে। তো আমাদের মনে হয়েছিল যে আমরা যদি একসাথে কাজ করি এবং কিছু হোম গ্রোন প্লেয়ার্স আর কিছু প্রফেশনাল প্লেয়ার্স মিলিয়ে যদি একটা টিম তৈরি করা যায় তাহলে একটা ভালো টিম হতে পারে যারা মাঠে ভালো লড়াই দেবে। এবং যেহেতু সুমনকে দায়িত্ব দেওয়া হয়েছে, সুমন জানে যে ও এই বাচ্চাদের মধ্যে যাদের নিয়ে কাজ করছে কারা কারা ভালো এবং টিমটা করতে গেলে কোথায় কোথায় ওকে ফিলিং দিতে হবে, কোথায় কোথায় প্লেয়ার আনতে হবে। আমরা জানি আমাদের মধ্যে উপস্থিত আছে জোসে রামিরেজ ব্যারেটো, ময়দানের পরিচিত নাম বাংলা ফুটবলের অত্যন্ত ভারতীয় ফুটবল এবং বাংলা ফুটবলের অত্যন্ত পরিচিত নাম। আই হোপ ইউ আন্ডারস্ট্যান্ড। আমার মনে হয় ব্রাজিলে জন্ম হলেও ব্যারেটো 16 আনা বাঙালি, বাংলার ফুটবলে ও দীর্ঘদিন জড়িত এবং আমরা জানি ইউথ ডেভেলপমেন্টে ব্যারেটো দুর্দান্ত কাজ করেছে বহুদিন ধরে। ও বম্বেতে দীর্ঘদিন ধরে কাজ করছিল ইউথ ডেভেলপমেন্টে। এবার ইউথ ডেভেলপমেন্ট আর কম্পিটিটিভ টুর্নামেন্টে একটা পার্থক্য থাকে, সেই ক্ষেত্রেও কিন্তু সুমন ব্যারেটো জুরি বিএসএল এ প্রমাণ করেছে ওরা কি করতে পারে। ফার্স্ট সিজনের চ্যাম্পিয়ন কিন্তু ওরাই, এবং ওদের দুজনের মধ্যে একটা অনবদ্য আন্ডারস্ট্যান্ডিং আছে। খেলোয়াড়দের মাঠে এরকম আন্ডারস্ট্যান্ডিং লাগে, কোচদের মধ্যেও সেই আন্ডারস্ট্যান্ডিংটা খুব ইম্পর্টেন্ট। একটা টিম কিরকম খেলবে, তার কোচিং টিম কতটা আন্ডারস্ট্যান্ডিং আছে, সেটা একটা গুরুত্বপূর্ণ রোল প্লে করে। আজকে আমরা গর্বিত এবং আনন্দিত ব্যারেটোকে আমাদের জস টেলিগ্রাফ স্পোর্টস ক্লাব, বা রাদার বলা উচিত তমলুক খেলাঘর জস টেলিগ্রাফ স্পোর্টস ক্লাবের কোচ হিসেবে ডিক্লেয়ার করতে, এবং ওর সাথে সুমন দত্ত থাকবে সহকারী কোচ হিসেবে। ওরা একসাথে কাজ করবে এবং আমি আশা রাখছি জস টেলিগ্রাফ স্পোর্টস ক্লাব, তমলুক খেলাঘর জস টেলিগ্রাফ স্পোর্টস ক্লাব এই বছর সবাইকে একটা ভালো ফুটবল উপহার দেবে, প্রত্যেকটা মানুষকে একটা ফুটবল খেলা দেখিয়ে আনন্দ দেবে এবং অনেক নতুন প্লেয়ার আমাদের এই উদ্যোগ থেকে উঠে আসবে। আমি সকলকে ধন্যবাদ জানাচ্ছি। আপনাদের আমি ব্যারেটোকে রিকোয়েস্ট করবো কিছু বলার জন্য।
Same year, Suman, we worked together in this PSL, where Suman was my assistant over there. Just after the league, Suman, he had contacted me and he called me and said, I just want you to join. In that time was, I think, Toluk Talagor, and said, just want you to join the club. I told him, I want to see a project, I just want to see a project from you, because I'm more interested to a project. It's not only to join the club, but I want to see the project. If there's something, where you can see the future, where you can really working out, independent of anything, but if you're really able to, to come into something that is really going to developing something and bringing something, then can be something that can interest in me. And then after that, we, stopping, talking, and we've been in touch, but we didn't discuss anything more about things. But I think as soon as he tied up with George, he contacted me again and said, I want you over there. And then was not only about that, but we sat and we discussed, and then he started sharing with me all the things what he had in his mind, about Taluk, Talabor, and George, and I was really impressed, and I was seeing that, yes, now we have a project on hands, and that is where we discussed it and we reached into all the inquiries what I had. I think he was always ahead of me about my questions. I had a lot of questions to ask him, but he was really already ahead, of all those answers to me before I even asking questions to him. I think he was ready to that. So I think he has good plans for the club, along with George, and what I've seen, like what really have with that, and I just hoping that I can contribute to that as well, to his plans, to their dreams also for Joy and the group as well.
Madam, here is the question. Listen, first of all, I want to welcome you here. It's like a homecoming. So, you have been coached by many greats in previous years when you were as a player. And we have seen your implementation in your coaching when you were in Reliance as well as in GSL. So, you have known very much about the Calcutta Football League Premier Division structure and the quality of the teams. How you are going to take this challenge, and what else we can expect from you in terms of uniqueness?
I think for the fact, as you said, I had been playing for many years over here, so I was able to understand, the players' mentality, bit of the culture, and definitely it's helped me, as I join BSL. It's helped me to deal with some of the issues, some of the problems that that had rose along the season. So I think understanding that mentality is very important. But I feel for me it's the most important thing will be to be able to transfer that I think that knowledge, that experience into the players still is a challenge, because I think being a player is much easier, when you're playing, but to be a coach, to be working with maybe around 30 people around you, where you having to have to be in control of those, situations. So it's managing those 10 people is not easy. Managing that environment is not easy. So I always, coming to, I'm not a superman, I'm not a super coach. I always come to my human side. I think that's very important. Still using the things that brought me to here, be a humble, be a hardworking, be a disciplined. I think these are the things, be a dreamer, always dreaming. I think this is the thing I'm trying to implement and, to work out all of this, I think this season over here.
Ancelotti has just announced the team, 26 team, and Neymar Jr. is here. What is your...
You always,
I think it's open for everyone, as you said. There is no foreigners into it. I think Mohammedan, they don't come in with their really fast teams over there. I don't know why. It could be interesting to see. I think players could be, I think teams could be really ready to play against those clubs, Mohammedan and Mohammedan as well. For me as a coach, always used to say that you don't have any exactly places sometimes where you cannot choose a place where you're going to work. And I think as a coach, most of the times when you choose, the same thing happens as a player. And I think as I come to George, now I just have to take the George. George for me is the best club now. In Kolkata League is going to be the best team. And I have to make it that to happen. And I have to take in that challenge, to making these teams, to making these players to dream, making these players to feel they are the best players, and making them feel that we are the best team. So that's going to be I think my role into it, and about, I think it's an open thing for everyone. I think the last years Kolkata League has become really, I think every team has a chance to win Kolkata League. And I think we are one of the contenders for this year, definitely.
Practice, when will we start and where it will
Most
be?
probably, I think by next week we're starting the pre-season.
Barreto means full of joy. Barreto means full of success. And as a footballer, Barreto means fulfillment of.
I feel I think in our lives the failure is important also. It's not only winning, it makes us good. I think during my career as a player, I had a lot of defeats as well. It's not only about winning, but about losing also. And when you're losing, you're learning something as well. And we must be prepared for that. I always believe in that. Coming down, but stand up again. I think that was of my thing during my career over here, that you may, get down, you may lose, but you must stand up again, you must fight again. I think that was the way I was dealing during all these years. And I'm just keeping going this way. I think Suman worked with me in BSL, and we are a guy that we never give up. Had tough moments, had difficult moments over there, but we always believing that yes, we can get him back. We can do it again. We can do it again, and we have done it. Regarding the coach, I think every coach will learn something. Every coach is a professor. I think as you're coming from class 3 to whatever, class 1 to class 10, you're having different teachers of Portuguese in the different classes, from which one you're learning something. So from my dad also, from all the coaches I had the experience over here to work with, and I had learned something with them. I had taken something out from that. I'm able to realize when you become a little bit older, not during that time, but when you're looking back and say, wow, that coach had those qualities, he had that mentality, and then you're saying that, wow, that is really helped me. It's really helped me now, in my process as a coach. I think that's it.
এখন সময় হয়ে গেছে প্রতিদিনের মতোই ফুটবল কুইজ মগজাস্ত্রে। চলুন তাহলে প্রথমেই দেখিনি গত শনিবারের প্রশ্নের সঠিক উত্তর। গত শনিবারের প্রশ্নের সঠিক উত্তর হলো 405তম। উত্তরদাতা হলেন ফেসবুক পেজে পঞ্চানন দত্ত। আপনাকে অসংখ্য ধন্যবাদ। আজকের প্রশ্ন, ইস্ট বেঙ্গলের ফজিলা ইকবাপুর সদ্য সমাপ্ত আইডব্লিউএল এ কটি গোল করেছেন? যদি উত্তরটা জানা থাকে আপনারা কিন্তু দেরি করবেন না, ঝটপট লিখে ফেলবেন। আজকের ভিডিওটি যদি আপনাদের ভালো লেগে থাকে তাহলে কিন্তু অনেক অনেক শেয়ার করে দেবেন এবং আমাদের ফেসবুক পেজটিকে ফলো করে দেবেন। বাংলা ফুটবল এরকম আরো খবর জানার জন্য আমাদের ইউটিউব চ্যানেলটিকে সাবস্ক্রাইব করে বেল আইকনটি প্রেস করে দেবেন। আজকের মতো আমি এখানেই বিদায় নিচ্ছি। আবার আপনাদের সঙ্গে দেখা হবে আগামীকাল একটা নতুন পর্বে। শুভরাত্রি।